Now listen to me, because I'm about to save you a whole lot of confusion, wasted time, and emotional exhaustion. Ladies, love is not complicated. People make it complicated. Men don't hide what they feel. They reveal it through what they do consistently. Not what they say when they're trying to impress you, not what they promise when they feel you slipping away, but what they do when nobody is clapping for them. If a man does these 4 things, you got him. You don't have to chase him, test him, stalk him, or pray him into acting right. You already got him. Let me tell you something real, because too many women get caught up in charm and miss the truth standing right in front of them. Charm is easy. Anybody can be charming for a moment. Anybody can say the right thing, send a cute text, smile at the right time, and make you feel special when it suits them. But consistency. Consistency takes character. Consistency takes intention. Consistency takes a man who has already decided in his mind that you matter. That's why consistency will always beat charm, no matter how smooth he sounds or how good he looks. A man who is consistent doesn't just show up when it's convenient. He doesn't disappear when life gets busy, when stress hits, or when you stop entertaining him. He shows up because in his mind, you are part of his routine, not an option on the side. When a man is serious, his effort doesn't come in waves. It doesn't feel hot one week and ice cold the next. You don't have to wonder where you stand because his actions keep answering that question for you. Consistency brings peace, and peace is the clearest sign of real interest. See, charm excites you, but consistency reassures you. Charm makes your heart race, but consistency calms your spirit. And ladies, any man who truly wants you will choose consistency even when he doesn't feel like it. That's the difference. Feelings change, moods change, energy shifts, but a consistent man operates from decision, not emotion. He has already decided to treat you with care, so he does it even on days when he's tired, busy, or not in the mood to impress anyone. Pay attention to the man who calls when he says he will. The man who keeps his word even on small things. The man who doesn't make excuses for disappearing because disappearing was never an option to him. That's not luck. That's intention. Men don't accidentally become consistent. They are consistent where they see value. If he values you, his behavior will line up without you having to ask, remind, or beg. Inconsistency, on the other hand, is not mystery, and it's not complexity. It's a decision too. When a man is inconsistent, he is choosing access without responsibility. He wants the benefit of your presence without the discipline of showing up properly. And no amount of charm can cover that forever. Eventually, inconsistency creates anxiety. You start overthinking, questioning yourself, wondering if you're asking for too much, when in reality, you're just asking the wrong man to be right. A consistent man doesn't keep you guessing. You don't have to analyze his tone, his response time, or his mood. He creates emotional safety by being steady. You know how he feels because he shows it the same way over and over again. That kind of man doesn't confuse you. He confirms you. He doesn't leave you emotionally exhausted. He gives you stability. And here's the truth most people won't say. When a man is consistent with you, he is already emotionally attached. Men don't invest sustained effort into something they don't care about. Consistency costs time, energy, and discipline. A man will not pay that price unless he sees you as worth it. That's why consistency is louder than love words, louder than promises, louder than charm. Charm may get your attention, but consistency earns your trust. Let me explain something that will clear up a lot of confusion for you, because many women fall in love with words and end up disappointed by actions. A man can say anything. He can promise you the world, talk about the future, and make you feel like you are the most important person in his life. But words are free. Anybody can talk. What separates a man who is serious from a man who is just enjoying the moment is how he shows up with his actions. A man proves love through what he does, not through what he says when it sounds good. When a man truly cares, his behavior lines up naturally. You don't have to coach him, train him, or explain basic effort. He doesn't wait for you to complain before he adjusts. He pays attention. He notices when something bothers you. He takes responsibility instead of making excuses. That's because real feelings create awareness. A man who loves you is watching you, learning you, and responding to you. He's not perfect, but he's intentional. Look at how he treats you when there is nothing in it for him. When you're tired, emotional, or not at your best, does he stay patient? Does he still show respect? Anybody can be affectionate when everything is fun and easy, but a man who's serious doesn't disappear when things require effort. He shows up during the uncomfortable moments because his feelings aren't based on convenience. They're based on commitment. A man who is invested doesn't just react, he initiates. He doesn't wait for you to remind him to call, to plan, or to check on you. He does it because he wants to be present in your life. Actions like consistency, honesty, and follow through are not random. They are deliberate. Men move with purpose when something matters to them. If he is taking initiative, that's a clear sign he's emotionally involved. Pay attention to how he handles problems. A man who truly cares doesn't run at the first sign of conflict. He wants to resolve issues, not avoid them. He listens instead of dismissing your feelings. He may not always have the perfect words, but he tries to find solutions. That effort speaks louder than any romantic speech. Love shows up in problem solving, not in avoidance. Another powerful sign is how he prioritizes you. A man who's serious makes space for you in his life. He adjusts his schedule. He considers your feelings when making decisions. You don't feel like you're competing with his time or attention. You feel included. When a man starts thinking in terms of us instead of just me, his actions naturally shift. That's emotional investment in motion. Here's something important to understand. When a man's actions are consistent, protective, and respectful, that's not him trying to impress you. That's him being who he is with you. And that's the difference between temporary interest and real attachment. A man who is pretending will eventually slip because pretending is exhausting. But a man who is genuine stays steady because his actions come from his true intentions. If a man shows love through action, you won't feel confused. You won't have to decode mixed signals or second guess yourself. His behavior will answer your questions without you needing to ask them. Real love speaks clearly through what a man does every single day. Let me tell you something important, because a lot of people misunderstand this part of love. When a man is truly serious about you, his instinct shifts from enjoyment to responsibility. He stops thinking only about how you make him feel and starts thinking about how he can protect you emotionally, mentally, and in every way that matters. Protection and provision are not about control or showing off. They are about investment. When a man begins to protect what's yours and provide stability, that's a man who has already emotionally claimed you. A protective man is careful with your heart. He doesn't put you in situations where you have to question his loyalty or intentions. He doesn't entertain drama, flirt carelessly, or leave room for doubt. Not because you asked him to behave, but because he doesn't want to risk losing you. He understands that trust is fragile, and he treats it with respect. That level of awareness only comes when a man truly values a woman. Emotional protection is one of the strongest signs of real attachment. A man who cares won't speak to you in a way that breaks you down. Even when he's upset, he watches his tone. He doesn't use your vulnerabilities against you. He doesn't dismiss your feelings or make you feel small for expressing yourself. Instead, he creates an environment where you feel safe enough to be honest, open, and real. That emotional safety is not accidental. It is intentional. Provision goes far beyond money. Yes, a man who's serious wants to contribute financially when he can, but provision also shows up in effort, guidance, and support. He helps you think through problems. He offers solutions. He wants to see you grow and succeed, not struggle alone. When a man sees your wins as his wins and your stress as his concern, that's emotional ownership. He is no longer just present, he is invested. A man